welcome back to my channel. My name is Naomi Rook. If you're brand new to my channel, consider subscribing. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Also, please make sure to be subscribed to my channel. Also, ring that notification bell so you can be notified anytime I do upload a video. So today what I'm going to do is my 2021 favorites thus far. I love doing the yearly favorites. I did a 2020 yearly favorite, but the problem was I missed a ton of products in that one. I missed a ton of products from earlier in the year. So what I want to do is do a kind of halfway through the year favorites, just so at the end of the year, at the end of 2021, I can remind myself what products I was loving at the very beginning of the year. I have a really bad memory, so there is just no way I can remember all the products that I tried. So I want to do this in June, and then in December or January I will do a 2021 favorites covering everything, but this is just to remind myself what I was loving the first half of the year. I have seen a few people do videos like this, so I hope it makes sense, but that is what I thought I would do, is just kind of go over the products I've tried so far that I've absolutely loved for the first half of the year. I have been loving the Kiss Magnetic Lashes. I used to do lashes all the time. My eyes were irritated. I've talked about this a little bit before, so I stopped using any type of lash. I did want to try out Magnetic. I tried the Allure. I did not like this. The Kiss one is great. You only have to do one layer of liner. It can be extremely very thin. They last a really long time on my eyes. I don't worry about it falling off because their magnets are really strong. If you're wanting to try magnetic lashes out, I would highly suggest these ones. I have this in Crowd Pleaser. I like Charmed better. That's the style that I prefer. This is the only one that was at Ulta, so this is what I picked up, but I do really like these. I've been loving this Soul. This is the Face and Body Bronzing Balm. This is such a beautifully incredible bronzing balm. It's so blendable, really beautiful on the skin. It's not super pigmented. It is in medium, which is a little dark for me, but it's not super pigmented. It does blend really seamlessly. It smells fantastic. Honestly, I would love a perfume that smells like this. It smells like coconut in summer. Really beautiful product. I absolutely love this. I use it often. I use it with a pretty dense brush because then I can really chisel out my cheekbones and it looks really great on the skin. Another bronzing product, this is the Wet n Wild Color Icon Bronzer in Sunset StripTease. I love this. This is a lot like the Hourglass bronzers. I do have one of them. They apply it really similar, kind of sheer, but super blendable. Just adds a beautiful glow to your skin. I am wearing this today. I've had my makeup on for a little while, but it does just blend so seamlessly with my skin. For being as inexpensive as it is, this is a really great bronzer, and I would highly suggest this one. Another bronzing product, this is the Nabla Skin Glaze and Soft Revenge. This is an incredibly unique bronzing product. It is a bake, so it's very hard in the pan. You don't get a ton of powder. It is a bit more sheer, but when you apply it, you can build it up. I like that because you can't go overboard with this product. It is a product that you do have to build up, but I like that especially if you are kind of more heavy-handed, which sometimes I definitely can be, but this just adds a most beautiful blurring bronze brush all over your face. It looks really incredibly seamless. It blends into the skin perfectly. It doesn't look heavy or cakey. It looks almost just like it was airbrushed onto your skin. This is a really beautiful bronzer. I highly suggest this. This year has definitely been the year for blushes, for bronzers, for concealers, and foundations. I love them. I have a ton of blush products to suggest to you that I just absolutely love for different reasons, but I've just been obsessed with all blushes. I do have quite a few to talk about in this video. I hope that's alright, but I just love blushes so much. So the first one is the Nabla. This is the Skin Glaze formula. Again, in Independance. What a beautiful, incredibly blendable blush. So gorgeous. It's a light pinky mauve color. It has a lot more glow, so it's a bit more of a blush topper because it's not super pigmented. It is a bit more on the sheer side, but it has that same blurring type formula that just goes over your cheeks so perfectly and so nicely. If you have texture on your cheeks and you want a bit of a glowy blush, this is a really great one for that, because a lot of the times when you're trying to do a glowy blush over texture, it looks really bad or emphasizes your texture. This one does not. This is such an incredible formula. I really love it. I do have a highlighter in this formula coming in the mail. I am so excited about it because this formula is so incredible. Next is the Dull Beauty. This is the Pretty Fly blush, and this is Take Me to the Peach. This is such a really, really good everyday peachy neutral blush. It's not so bright and pigmented where you can't use it every day. This is a really, really great sun kiss type blush that you can use every single day. It lasts for forever. This is a really long wear blush. It is matte. I love the formula. It's not super powdery, but it's just a really good blush. I don't think you can really mess up blushes. I think every brand pretty much has really nice ones, but what stands out for this one is that it lasts a really long time on my skin, and it's a really good everyday peachy type blush. Next is Essence the blush, and this is in Bespoken. This is a really great bronzy blush. It's a very good skin tone almost, but it adds just a really beautiful bronzy kiss to your cheeks. It has a beautiful glow in it, does not emphasize texture. It's a really great blush. Some people might think this color is boring. I think it is absolutely gorgeous for every day, especially when I'm doing something really outlandish on my eyes or something super colorful like today. This is a great blush to use on days like that where you don't know what you want on your cheeks, or you don't want something too vivid or it's a specific color. This is a really great one. I like the formula a lot, and it's really inexpensive. Next is the Tower 28 blush. These are not new blushes. I have put one of these in every single favorites video I've ever done because it is my favorite blush formula of all time. But this color is new. This is Power Hour. This is a brand new release from them. It is such an incredible, almost red tone blush. It looks a little intimidating in the pan, but when you blend it out onto your cheeks, it looks like the most authentic, realistic sunburn on your cheeks. So if you were wanting that sunburn look without actually getting sunburnt, this is beautiful. This is one of my favorite colors. I love how it just naturally looks like an actual sunburn on my cheeks. This is the color I sunburn to. It's so pretty, and I love the formula. This is my last one, I promise, but this is the Patrick Ta Double Take Cream and Powder Blush, and she's so LA. What a gorgeous, unique blush. I love this. So it has a powder, and then there is a cream on the bottom. I love this. I love the tone of this. This is like another just neutral, everyday, wearable blush. So beautiful, especially with a tan, especially when you don't know what you want on your cheeks, or you have, like I said, something super bright on the eyes. This formula is incredible. Definitely worth the money. I'd heard a ton of people talk about this one, and for good reason, because it is absolutely incredible. A couple brow products I have been using. So I have been using the Got to Be Ultra Glued Invisible Styling Glue. This is perfect for your eyebrows. It's really inexpensive. It's a ginormous tub. I love using this. I use it every single day to gel up my eyebrows. I won't probably ever buy another eyebrow gel because this works just as good as any other one, if not better. I mean, your eyebrows are in place. They are not moving. They are not budging. They will stay where you want them all day long. I love this. It smells really nice. It smells like hair products, so I like that a lot, and it's ginormous, and I'll never run out. I'm so glad that I heard about this. I think I heard about it from TikTok, which is another kind of favorites of mine this year. I've been loving watching TikTok, and I love the things I learned about on TikTok, so this is one of them. This is an eyebrow pen. I have been loving eyebrow pens. I've recently really pretty much exclusively been using eyebrow pens. This is the NYX Lift and Snatch Brow Tint Pen. Love this. This is in Taupe, which is the perfect color for me now that I've lined up my hair. This is great. I love it. The pigmentation is perfect. It's not too pigmented, but it's pigmented enough. It's not too sheer where I have to build it up. It is a really great eyebrow pen from the drugstore. I probably won't buy another one because this is really great. Two foundations that have definitely stood out to me this year. The first one is the Catrice True Skin. I need to get this in a darker color for a summer foundation. This is a really beautiful glowy foundation. I love this. It has really incredible coverage. It had more coverage than I expected it to. I have this in Cool Cashmere. Love this a lot. I think it's a really, really beautiful foundation. Another one that I'm wearing today, I've been wearing almost every single day. It is the perfect color for me. This is the Makeup Forever Reboot foundation. What a gorgeous, beautiful, illuminating, skin-like, really great foundation. So it's a light to medium, definitely buildable. I do have it on today, like I said, and I have a really pretty good, I would say almost medium coverage. I have had this on since early this morning. It's really hot out. So what this has done, it's really glowy, but it lasts forever. And it hasn't gotten glowier. Even though I've been outside, I've been sweaty, it just stays the same. Maybe my skin's a little bit more glowy than it should be. You just powder it down a little. This is a really great foundation. I love the wear of it. I love the finish. I love the coverage. The color is perfect. This is an incredibly beautiful summer foundation. I really like it, and it lasts a long time. Even though it's illuminating, it does last a long time even when it's hot and sweaty. I don't sweat it off, and it also does not crease into my fine lines. I find that it like kind of builds up anywhere or settles into my fine lines. It's a really great foundation. A foundation product I have been using a ton. This is the LA Girl Pro Color Foundation Mixing Pigment, and this is in blue. I did also find this from TikTok. I have been using this a lot because my problem is I find a lot of foundations pull very yellow and very warm. I have a very neutral undertone, and even if they are a little too neutral, I prefer that because then I can just add the warmth to it, but anything yellow or orange does not work on me. So I've been using this a lot, especially as I get into like darker light to medium foundations. I always find that they're a little bit too warm, so I put a tiny bit of this into it. I really love this. I've been using it a ton. Two primers that I've been loving. This is the Wet n Wild Impossible Priming Base. This is a really great silicone free but silicone feeling smoothing primer. I love this. It's very hydrating as well, very smoothing, and I really love Wet n Wild's primers. I think they're some of my absolute favorites from the drugstore, or really at all, because I like that they're really inexpensive, but they are really good primers. So if you're wanting something that's not super expensive, I would go with Wet n Wild. I really would suggest almost any of them, and this is a really great one. Another one that I absolutely love, this is Elimis Superfood Glow Priming Moisturizer. I was really nervous about this because Elimis does tend to break me out. This one does not. This is a really beautifully hydrating, moisturizing, really luminous primer. I love how this wears on my skin, how it goes underneath most foundations. I don't have any issues with this getting weird or gunky under foundations. It's a really gorgeous primer. I did apply this in comparison to the Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless Filter. I actually like this one more. I think this is really great. It's definitely more hydrating. That one is definitely a little bit more drying on my skin. I think I like this one better. It's super gorgeous, and this has a really beautiful light gold champagne type undertone. Works really well. This is a Huda Beauty Aphrodite Body Highlighter. I love this. So when this first came out, there was definitely polarizing reviews. A lot of people said that it was really drying, that it made their skin kind of look crepey. So I actually bought this for that specific reason. I hate the body luminizers that stay sticky and tacky and kind of wet and transfer onto anything. I want my body luminizer to just completely dry to my skin and not go anywhere. So what I love about this is that it does dry down, it does not bud. So what I do is I take a huge squirt of my lotion, I mix this in, apply it all over, so it is moisturizing, but then it dries down. It does not budge. It looks so gorgeous. I can touch my skin and it doesn't come off my fingers. I absolutely love that. I will be using this a ton during the summer because it does exactly what I want a body luminizer to do. It stays in place. It's super glowy. 3 concealer products that I've been loving. So the first one is the Makeup Revolution Eye Bright. I've been talking about this a lot. This is the Eye Illuminator Under Eye Concealer. I have this in light. This is a really great sheer illuminating concealer. If you're not wearing much of any other makeup, I would highly suggest this as a concealer. It just covers just a tiny little bit, but super hydrating and illuminating. Looks gorgeous on a no makeup type makeup day. Really love this. Only issue, it is a small container. You go through it really fast. It is $10, but it's not as expensive as like high-end concealers. Tarte came out with their Shape Tape in Ultra Creamy. I have loved this. I did like the full coverage of the Shape Tape, but I love the Ultra Creamy way more. It's super hydrating, looks really great under my eyes. I'm really glad that they came out with the Ultra Creamy because I find a lot of people who didn't like the original will definitely like this because it does have a bit more hydration in it. It doesn't have quite as much coverage, but if you let it sit, kind of it dry down under your eyes, it does have about the same coverage. This is a really good one. I have found my ultimate favorite concealer. That is the Pat McGrath Sublime Skin Fetish Concealer. I love this. Seamless perfection in a freaking bottle. It looks so good under your eyes. It looks just flawless. It has really incredible coverage, but it's not dry and doesn't cake down. It looks so good. This is the most expensive concealer I own, but it is so worth the money. I love it. I did forget one other blush product. So this is the Made by Mitchelle Liquid Blushers. This is such an incredible product. I have this in Rosy Posey. I love this because it is a cream blush, but it is matte. It dries down matte. It does not budge. So once you blend it out, it will be there all day long. So that's what I love most about this is most cream or liquid blushes are really dewy. They don't last as long. They look gorgeous, but they don't last very long. This formula lasts forever. And unlike blushes and bronzers, I have not been huge into highlighters. I love highlighters, I really do, but I have a great collection. I'm not in need of a whole lot more. But one highlighter that did stand out to me is from this little e.l.f. duo. This is in Watermellon. This highlighter, for some reason, is just absolutely gorgeous. It doesn't look like anything in the pan. It doesn't look anything exciting. I am wearing it today, and you can kind of see it a little bit, but it just blends into your skin so seamlessly. It does not look powdery or heavy. It just has a beautiful, stunning glow. I do want to try others of their little face duos because that highlighter is just phenomenal. A face powder that I have absolutely been obsessed with. This is the NYX High Glass Finishing Powder. This is like a finishing powder with a tiny bit of sheen. If you apply it heavily, you can get kind of a highlighted effect, but it is so smoothing. I love applying a matte foundation and then finishing it with this, with just a little graze of this all over the face. Sometimes I will skip the highlighter on my nose and I will just apply this because it does just smooth out any type pores. This is a fantastic powder. I actually can already see a dip in it. I rarely finish, especially powder products. This is a really, really great powder. So we're going to move on to eye products. So I have been loving the ColourPop Cream Gel Liners. I know I talk about these all the time. I probably talked about them in my 2020 favorites, but I do really love these in every single makeup look I do. I have a yellow one on today. I just think it adds such a unique look to your makeup. Here I have Younce, I have Punch, and then I have Insomniac. Love these, love their neon colors. They are my absolute favorite colored liners of all time. I don't really use any other liners but my ColourPop Cream Gel Liners because I don't really do brown or black or a whole lot of darkness. I just love to add a pop of color, and these are the ones I go to every time. I'm doing a wing liner. I go to my NYX. This is that's the Point Hella Fine eyeliner, just in black. I love this one. It has a really tiny, tiny little point. Is really perfect for getting a really small, tiny wing, which is what I've been into recently. So I love this one a lot. Lasts forever. It's a really dark matte black. I love this one. The mascara of the year, the mascara of my life, my favorite, perfect mascara for me. This is the Thrive Cosmetics Liquid Lash Extension. I will not buy another one. This is perfection for me. It lengthens my lashes. It stays on all day. It does not smudge. It does not flake. It does not go anywhere. It lasts on my eyes. It is waterproof. I can wear this all day long. It looks fantastic. It really holds a curl. I love this. I will continue to repurchase this, and I probably will not use another mascara for a very long time. A few single eyeshadow products. So this is the Danessa Myricks Color Fix Cream Color. I love this formula. This is such an incredible formula. They are a little more recent and new to my collection. I have this in Celebrate. It is a really beautiful light bronzy brown. They do have mattes, they have metallics, they have foils, they have glosses. It's a really great formula. I'm so glad I tried it this year. I love these. Next, I have my Hourglass. This is my Scatter Light Glitter Eyeshadow in Smoked. There is that color. It is such a beautiful, really great taupey, kind of more cool tone color. Love it. My favorite single shadow of all time. This is gorgeous. I have my Makeup by Mario. This is the Master Crystal Reflector in Quartz Eye. Love this as an eyeshadow topper. This is gorgeous. If you are wanting that wet look to your eyeshadow, or if you put a metallic on and it's not quite enough oomph for you, put this on top of it. It transforms every single eyeshadow look to such a beautiful, wet, metallic, glossy type look. Love this very much. It is kind of a clear base with glitter, but it's so gorgeous. This is a bit more expensive, but I definitely think it's worth it. 3 eyeshadow palettes that have really stood out to me in the first half of this year. The first one is a very shocking, never heard of this brand, never heard anyone talk about it. So this is the Be Beauty Barabella palette. This is so unique and so special. So it might look boring to you. It definitely did to me. I almost decluttered this before I even tried it. This is so gorgeous. So there are a lot of colors that look like they overlap, that look about the same, but they're all definitely different formulas. You have sheers, you have heavier metallics, you have glossy, you have wet. So there is the palette. So I know a lot of them look a lot alike, but when you layer, you know, these metallics, it adds such a dimensional, beautiful look to your eyes. So if you are wanting the most beautiful, very like wedding-esque type makeup, bronzy, champagne-y, this palette is gorgeous. I would have never expected that. I have never heard of this, but this is a really, really beautiful eyeshadow palette, and I've used this a ton. I'm looking for something that is just gonna make me look beautiful and feel very classic and elegant. This is the one I go to. Next, the OPV Beauty Tropical Dreams. What a dream of an eyeshadow palette. This is gorgeous. Has all those greens, all those blues, my favorite colors to wear. I love this. I've loved every single look I've ever created with this eyeshadow palette. So beautiful. I am wearing it on my eyes today. I love these really bright greens, the yellow, the oranges, the blues. So gorgeous. The metallics in that palette are just blinding. Really love this eyeshadow palette, wears really good, and I have not heard a lot of people talk about it, but it's so worth the money. Next, this is a little darker, a little grungier. I was going to put this in an eyeshadow tag, but I did actually just forget about it. So this is my Unicorn Cosmetics Wicked palette. I love this. This is definitely a bit more of a fall winter eyeshadow palette, not really spring or summer. This is such a dark, grungy eyeshadow palette, my absolute most favorite type colors. I really love the greens and the blues, the grays, super gorgeous. Really love this, and I love the half pans because it gives me more options to really try out different color combinations. This is a great one. And last in my bag is my lip products. I have tried a ton of lip products, but I really just wanted to talk about the ones that really stood out to me. So the only lip liner pretty much that I use is either the Morphe or the ColourPop, so those are nothing new. I've added those into my favorites many times. But this color from ColourPop, this is the Ashton. This is an incredible color. This is brand new to their collection. I have it on today. I love it. It is a really, really great natural cool tone contour for my lips. I love that. And then on top of that, I am wearing the NYX Suede lipstick, and this is in Dainty Days. Beautiful, beautiful nude. Really soft velvet on my lips. Love this lipstick a lot. The Wet n Wild Cloud Pouts, I have talked about these a ton. I love the formula, super velvety. Also, really feels cushiony and smooth. It does not dry down. It's a whipped formula. And I love this color, which is Pour Sugar on Me. It's a great color for me. It makes my teeth look super white, my skin look super tan, and it's a really beautiful pink. By Beauty Outlast Longwear Lip Stain in Orange Fizz. This is a gorgeous, super vivid orange lip stain. It goes on really matte, lasts a long time, and then when it does fade, it is a stain on my lips. So it gives me that beautiful kind of popsicle look for a really long time. So I've absolutely been loving that one as well. So I think that is the end of this video. It's a super long one. I am so sorry, but I did want to just talk to you about all the products that I am super passionate and excited to be using, just so I don't forget about these products when I do my 2021 end of the year favorites. I wanted to make sure all things are going to be included. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will catch you on the next one. Bye, guys.